backbone is essential
let
to
me get this right. Let me see if I can do this. Like this? Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Talk Williams, host and creator of Hip Hop 50th. It is definitely Sunday morning, and I'm at the laundromat, believe it or not. Anyway, you can see in the title of this video, I wanted to talk about, I think I touched on this a couple weeks ago, but I just wanted to say to people that my YouTube channel had gotten hacked. And I wanted to talk about the do's and don'ts of getting it back, how it got hacked, the effort, the sacrifice, what I had to go through to get it back, the support systems that are available in retrieving your YouTube channel back. I just wanted to touch on a few of those points because they could be important. If your channel gets hacked, what do you do? Think about that. You have a YouTube channel. You've met the minimum requirements to participate in that partner program in terms of you getting some percentage of the ads and different things like that. And one day, a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago, I'm sitting at my table and I got my laptop and things up, and I go to get on my phone and I go to check on a post that I put on my YouTube channel, and it says you have been signed out. So I didn't think much of it initially. Initially I'm thinking, okay, let me just refresh my page. It's saying I've been signed out. That's nothing new. And then I go to my laptop and I click on the tab to go to my YouTube studio. For those of you guys that know, your YouTube studio is the application that you get with any YouTube channel, so you can see your analytics, the different activities, so you can customize your channel, you can brand your channel. You're basically, YouTube basically provides you a marketing and branding tool for you to use to study and grow your channel, your strategy, whatever that is. And so I go to refresh, click the tab for the YouTube studio, and it says you've been signed out of your session. And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe my laptop was up too long, and that's how I got signed out of my session. So I go to try to get into my other phone, and now I'm getting pop-ups. I'm getting SMS messages, the text messages, and it's saying your YouTube email, no, it says your email account, such and such, has been successfully changed. Your email password has been successfully changed. And basically, if you guys use YouTube, whether you got an active channel, whether you're a content creator or not, to get on YouTube, it's all about Google. So you got Gmail, which is Google Mail, they own that. You got Google Drive, which is Google's version of iCloud. They give us that free 15 gig space to use or whatever. And then owns YouTube. That's why you have to have a email associated with your YouTube channel, which I do. But this pop-up is telling me that my password to the email account that's connected to my YouTube channel has been successfully changed. And then I got that says a verification code has been sent or whatever. Now it has my attention in a different way because I did not do any of this. I did not change my password. I'm not even doing that. I got my stuff up and I'm going there and I'm trying to check on my stuff. And then it hits me that my spidey senses kick in, and all of a sudden, just like they say, I'm in a flight and fight mode. I'm getting anxious. I'm like, okay, hold up, what's going on? So what I do is, after cursing and swearing, a few swear words, some cursing, I go to my email account that's my recovery account. So in other words, you know how they say, okay, what's your recovery account if something goes wrong? I go there and I go and I log in and I'm in there and there's no notifications there. So all of the notifications about the password being changed, your email has been successfully whatever, and all of this, I don't have access to none of it. And now I jump back and I'm slightly in somewhat of panic mode because I got all the systems up. I got 2 phones, different numbers, different carriers, Verizon, AT&T. I got 2 laptops up, and out of the 4 devices, I'm using 3 different internet connections. I'm locked out. I'm like, what the? So in my mind, restart the device. Restart the device. Nothing. Now it hits me. I think I've been hacked. So now I go to the Google support because they haven't locked me out of my computer, even though I didn't think that through before I restarted my computer, because there could have been a package on my computer that once I restarted it, locks me out my computer. The malware, the different stuff that's out there. But what I'm seeing is everything is about the YouTube channel. Everything is about the email account that's associated with the YouTube channel. So now I'm like, okay, this is crazy. It's got me. Now, I'm by myself at the time. So there's nobody for me to call and rant about it or talk about it for real, because I'm supposed to be the person that's aware. I think I know what's going on technically, but it's not happening. And all of a sudden, when I go to YouTube, I go into the Google support and I go to recovery and I go to the recovery page where it says account recovery. And I go to do it, it looks like I'm getting somewhere. It's saying, okay, put your email address in. I put my email address in. I try to log in. They says, nah, we're not taking that. Try another way. So I click on try another way. When I click on try another way, it takes me to, hey, we can send you a text to this phone number, which is one of the phones that I was getting the pop-ups from. That's what it was, okay? When I did that, guess what happened? They had redirected any SMS messages to another phone. That's what they did. They redirected the SMS messages to another phone. So now the messages that's supposed to come here, the text message with the verification code, they changed the phone number. It's going to a number that they gave it to go to. That's what they did. Let me make sure my sound is, I don't even know if y'all can hear me. I apologize if you can't. So they assigned it there, okay? Let me see if y'all can even hear me. Can y'all hear me? I don't know. Can y'all hear me talking, or y'all not getting no sound? Let me see. I don't know if y'all can. Oh, you can. Thanks, Charlie. Thanks. So now they've locked me out the YouTube channel. They rerouted the text messages to go to a different phone number. I can't get in the email account, and nothing in the recovery process is going to help me out. Like, nothing's going to help me out. So now it's like, what do I do, right? I'm locked out of the system. There's nothing I can do, right? So if you ever heard that theory where people say, if you get locked out of YouTube or your account get hacked, there's no human being you can call, it's absolutely true. There was no human being. There was no number I could call First of all, my YouTube channel is not that big. Let's just start there. Okay. I have over 50,000 subscribers, but I don't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'm not a personality. I'm not part of some other network that a lot of content creators become part of, where they might have some additional support or some type of connection, or a human being that can call another human being that can call another human being. Now, as a result of that, everything that I'm trying to do has to be done through the internet. This is just where it's taking place at, right? And so none of my efforts work. So what's happening is I'm anxious, I'm somewhat panicking, but at the same time I'm relaxed because I realize I'm the only person that can get through this. Like there's no other, there's nobody else. There's no other thing to call. I mean, I don't have a homeboy whose account has been hacked. And this is happening right in front of my face. This is not me coming home and waking up and through the night. This is like real time. So you know what I do? I take a couple deep breaths in my own way, and I relax on it, and I walk away from it for about an hour, right? Because my account is hacked. I'm locked out my YouTube channel. I can't get in my email. They done redirected the verification codes to go to some other phone number. They done changed the password to the email accounts. So I'm done. So after about an hour or two, I lay back and I try to come up with a strategy, because now I got to get to my AdSense account to make sure they're not stealing my money that I make off the channel. I'm like, okay, damn, they're gonna go get the money out off the channel. But then it hit me that the AdSense account through the YouTube Partner Program is not connected that way. It's directly connected through an API to your bank account. So even if your YouTube account gets hacked and they take over the passwords and everything, they can't get to any information in your AdSense account, because that's a different relationship, it's a different protocol, it's a different technology involved with your bank and the AdSense program. That's why when you initially set it up, they test it and all of that. So I'm cool, they're not gonna get no money. I'm good on that, right? So then what happens is I'm trying to find other YouTubers that have been through the same thing, right? It's like now I'm looking for people who kind of went through what I went through. You know, who else had an account hacked? What did y'all do? And lo and behold, it was an easy find. In fact, if you use YouTube at all and you familiar with what's the guy name? I don't think it's Mr. Beast, but it's, put it this way, there were several big content creators whose channel had got hacked, right? And that kind of made me feel a little bit better. It made me feel less stupid. It didn't make me feel less violated though, because you feel violated, right? It's like a burglary. It's like you've been at work all day or you've been at play all day and you come home and your fucking house, its shit is gone. You know, your shit is just gone. So I'm feeling violated. These are the emotions. But I have to, I'm in Project Survival. It's Project Survival. I have to figure out a way to work through this. And the reason why I have to do that, any continued panic and any continued version of not doing anything works for the people who hacked the channel. It doesn't work for me. So if I spend the next 2 hours calling my homeboys, texting my girl, well, I don't have a girl, so that don't matter. But just texting people and bitching and using all that energy on the rah-rah and don't get nothing done, that don't work for me, that work for them, right? So I start listening real quick, scrubbing through the different channels of the people who had went through their YouTube channel being hacked. I start going through it. And it was different levels of content creators. Large ones, like really large ones that you guys probably know. And smaller ones and different things like that. And I started emailing them, putting comments in theirs. Hey, this is happening to me. I wouldn't do it with any of the channels who had went through it 3, 4, 5 years ago. I did it with channels who had been hacked maybe the last couple years. Not because their story was so old, but I at least wanted to be in close proximity of the methodology that the hackers use, which might be quite different than what they used 5 years ago or 6 years ago. That's why. See, this is all strategy. This is all, trying to play into that or whatever, right? Nobody hit me back. Nobody hit me back. So now 5 hours, 6 hours, this is the same day. I'm not going to sleep on it, right? I'm like, okay, I ain't going to sleep on it. What's forums? So I go into my forum, this, that, and that. And you know what happened? To my surprise, this is what happened. I go back to my channel, my YouTube channel. I don't know if y'all familiar with Bitcoin, how familiar you are with Bitcoin. I don't know if you know some of the players, but there's this company called MicroStrategy. And the CEO, at least at the time, or the former CEO, at least at the time, his name was Michael Schuyler or something, Michael Schuyler. But the name of the company is MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, the CEO, was one of those companies who changed everything that they was doing into Bitcoin when Bitcoin was about 17,000, 14,000, 27,000 a coin. And everybody thought he was fooled, thought he was taking his company down. Now, of course, now if you look at Bitcoin, it's over 100,000, and they're saying it's going to reach 150 or 200,000 before the year's out. But at the time that Michael Schuyler, whatever his name is, was doing it, the company name is MicroStrategy. That's what he did. Why am I bringing his name up? Remember, I'm in my 5th hour of my YouTube channel being hacked right in front of my face, and all of the account recoveries and all of the verification codes and the email accesses and all of that stuff, none of that stuff is working because they've changed where the verification text or code would be sent to a different phone number. They've locked me out of my email address. They changed the password to my email address, and they changed the backup to it. I have nothing. I'm standing there naked, and they have everything. So I'm in the 5th hour. I go to look at my channel because now I'm on some. Did they take my videos down? Are they stealing my subscribers? Are they like what are they doing on my channel that I can't get access to that the public can see? What are they doing? Because now I'm part of the public. I can't see no more than what the public can see. The channel don't know me no more. So when I go to that YouTube channel, which is my YouTube channel, I'm going there like anybody else going there. And I go to click on my channel, and guess what? Here's my hand to God and everybody I love that ain't here no more. They streaming alive on my goddamn YouTube channel. They streaming live on my channel. They are streaming. I'm sitting there like, what the freak is going on? They streaming live on my channel. What are they streaming? They're streaming micro. It's a big picture up there, like a thumbnail. They got a nice thumbnail of MicroStrategy and Michael Schuyler, or whatever that CFO's name. They got him right there. They got him right there. And they're running a live. Okay, that's what they're doing. They're running a live. And here go the crazy part. Here go the crazy part. The live is popping. The goddamn live is popping. It's all types of engagement. People are talking about how interesting this is, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and man, this is whatever, right? They leaving comments. I'm looking at this shit. Just going like this. I'm looking at it. They got a barcode up there, and they got these links up there while they running a live underneath the description. And they're telling people to click on this link, and it's going to take you to the Bitcoin address where you can deposit Bitcoin, and we're going to turn it around and flip it for you, and you're going to make out. They got a QR code that if you're not on your desktop or laptop, you take your phone and just read the QR code, and it's going to take you to this website where you can deposit fractions of Bitcoin, and we're going to flip that for you. So this whole thing of hacking my account wasn't about stealing my YouTube money. It wasn't about going through my email addresses. It wasn't about any of that stuff. Pornography. It wasn't about any of that. It was about them taking over my channel, and based on that, having people click on the link or scan the QR code and watch that MicroStrategy live they was running with Michael Schuyler talking about Bitcoin, how it's growing, how it's great, and all of that stuff. And that's what it was. I'm telling you, this happened about 4 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago. It was a Friday. I think it was a Friday. It's happening. It's on and popping. I'm done. There's nothing I can do. Now, I'm just like, it's done. Now, here you go. Did they take my videos down? They didn't take my videos down, but here's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing that something's off with the channel a little bit. It's crazy. So I go back and I look at community forums. I start going through community forums. I go to what they call Discord. I go over to a Discord. I throw some stuff in the Discord. Every time I went into community forums, every time I went into a Discord, this is like 24. This is happening that day. My YouTube account and my email account associated with my YouTube account got hacked right in front of my face. I'm experiencing, this is all real time. None of this is found out later. This is in my face. Remember, they changed the recovery email. They changed the verification code, the SMS text phone numbers. It's all done. I'm done. So I go through the Discords. I go through the community forums. And you know, people like to have fun. That's what you get. I never liked you. You know, you have to deal with the mean version and the joking version, the facetious version, the sarcastic version of people, which is expected, you know, because to them, they just, you know, I'm a poke at you. It was whatever. So I sift through all that. I do it through the Discord. I do it through the community forums. And somebody says in there, hey, guy, I understand what you're saying. Stop going through the Google support and the YouTube support for help. You have to go over to X. You have to go over to X, formerly known as Twitter. You can get some help if you go over to Twitter. So now I'm thinking, what? This don't even make sense, right? It's logically, right? Like, that don't even make sense. So now I'm thinking, this is crazy, right? So real quick, I was thinking, all right, so I ignore it. So I keep going through the forums, and somebody else says, hey, dude, I went through the same thing a year ago. You got to go over to X to get some help. You won't find it in the YouTube support. This is what it's saying. This is exactly what it's saying. I'm like, all right. So after hearing it twice, I go over to X, and they gave me a tag to use. Like in both of them, they said it. They said go over to Twitter and put in at Team YouTube. That's what they said, both of them. And there's nothing else I can do. There's nobody to call. Anybody that I call, anybody that I know, anybody that don't like me, anybody that really like me, the people that love me, the people that's coming to my funeral, I can't call none of them because I'm the guy when it comes to that they would call. So I can't call them. I go over to X. I get over to X, right? And I put in at Team YouTube. And it hits. All this stuff pops up. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I put it in. I send a message. I follow Team YouTube. I put a public message in for everybody can see. Hey, I don't know if you guys are the right ones. My YouTube channel got hacked about 7 hours ago. I am done. I don't know what to do. I just don't know the next step. They're running lives on my channel right now. Like right now, and I'm watching them run lives, and it appears to be some type of Bitcoin scheme or get you to give them some Bitcoin or whatever. In about 10 minutes, people start replying. And some people was just, whoever in Twitter, because it was the public could see it. And others, and then two of them came back from at Team YouTube. I think, yeah. And it says, hey, sorry to hear that. This is what it said. Hey, sorry to hear that. I understand what you're going through or what that means to you. Do me a favor and put your URL to your channel in the response. And so I do that, right? I throw it in there, right? Okay, cool. About 45 minutes later, I get a message in my Twitter. I don't even use Twitter, but I'm using it now, right? I get a message in the Twitter. So the message is like, okay, look, you need to provide your channel ID and you need to provide your name, your some shortcut, whatever. So it's asking for two things. And I'm saying to myself, how can I get any of that if I can't even get into my channel? So I put that in there. So some responses came back and said, from other people, they said, nah, you can still get to it. All you have to do is XYZ. And I did what they said, and I was able to get the two pieces of information. So come to find out, the two pieces of information that they asked me to get, I'm thinking I had to be able to get into my account. Come to find out, anybody can get those two pieces of information on anybody's account, because I sure wasn't logged in. So I get it. I sent it to them. At Team YouTube, they sent back and say, okay, for moving forward, let's communicate in the DM. That's where I'll respond to you at. I will be responding to you in the DM. So I'm like, okay, all right, okay, cool. Go over there. 3 hours later, 10 hours since my channel been hacked. Because it's like no sleep till Brooklyn around here for me. So 10 hours later, which is 3 hours after I did that with them, and they said the DM, I get a message in Twitter. And the guy says, he says this, hey, this is what you do. Click on this link, and it's going to take you to the account recovery. Once you get into the account recovery, do these steps. I'm telling him, I already did that 15 times, man. Don't ask me to do that again. I didn't say that to him. I'm telling you what's in my mind. Because you know, when you think you technical and you think you know something, you didn't try all that, right? So it bothers you a little bit when somebody telling you do page 123, step 9 again. And you done did page 123, step 9 goddamn times. Like, you think I ain't do that? So he tells me to do it. So I do it. I hit him back. And I'm like, I'm getting these results. So I screenshot the errors that I'm getting, whatever, right? So they hit me back and they say, that's fine. Keep doing it until it says this and until it says this. So he knew that I couldn't stop at the 9th try. I had to go and keep hitting this thing, this one thing. It's like you calling somewhere and they want you to connect to an extension or a voicemail, but you keep zeroing out until they put a human being on the phone. That's how it works. That's how this thing he was saying works. He didn't say, I'm just giving you I'm the king of bad examples right now. I'm just giving you an example. So he told me, no, just go back until you get this. And lo and behold, I go and do it. And guess what? I get that error and this other page pops up. And he says, when this other page pops up, I want you to put your whatever you say in your backup email account was, your recovery account, that's what I want you to put in there. And that was cool because keep this in mind, they don't know who I am. He don't know if I'm a hacker. He don't know if I'm saying who I'm supposed to be. It don't matter if I'm bitching. This could be my version of social engineering to take over somebody else's account. Talking about it's been hacked. Talking about I tried this. Talking about they changed everything. They don't know it, right? So he tells me, put that, whatever that account was, put that in there. And after you put that in there, submit it. It's going to activate. It's going to automatically activate a case. So in other words, he's saying it's going to make them look at it. He's going to make them look, their internal team. So I do that. All right, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, eventually I went to sleep. Adrenaline wears down. I gotta eat. I'm pissed. I'm violated. But I'm relaxed. But it's like I said, it's something. It's not a good thing, right? It's not a good thing. So I do that. 2 o'clock in the morning, I get up and I'm checking the email, right? I'm checking the email 2 o'clock in the morning. When I check the email 2 o'clock in the morning, I go over to Twitter. It's a message in Twitter. The message in Twitter say, hey, in the DM, everything's in the DM. Everything's in the DM. They told me stay in the DM. That's where we will be, communicating back and forth. So in the DM, it says, hey, we sent this over to the internal team. Our internal team agrees that there's something suspicious going on with your account. This is what's being told to me, right? This is what's being said. That yeah, okay. And he didn't say my account. Let me get that straight. He didn't say my account. He says we sent it over to our internal team. Our internal team has determined that there's something suspicious going on with the account. Now, the account makes sense. And the reason why the account makes sense is because, again, they don't know it's my account. So it's the account because they don't know who I am. And I got it. I get it. I'm with it. So I'm like, damn. So that pulled me in off the ledge a little bit. So a little bit I'm off the ledge. I'm like, okay, I won't jump then. I'm going to go back inside the apartment, right? I go back inside the apartment with that sense of acknowledgement that I ain't lost my goddamn mind. And the next morning, they say, send us this and try this and try that. So I try it and they say, no, you got to send it to us through a G Suite account. Listen to this, a G Suite account. That's what they say. I say, what the hell? I don't even have a G Suite account. But you think they don't know I don't have a G Suite account? Of course they know you don't have a G Suite account. What you think the G stand for? It stands for Google. So when they asking for it from a G Suite account, they know damn well I ain't have a G Suite account. So I had to set up a G Suite account. They probably used some of that configuration or some of that verification from me setting up a G Suite account to even verify who the hell I'm saying I am representing. I set up a G Suite account. I send it over to them what they want, and they say, okay, you know what? From here on out, you should be getting communication from YouTube support. That's what they say. Oh, let me show y'all where I'm at. I know it sounds like I'm crazy, but here it is. I'm at the laundromat. That's where I'm at. My clothes drying. I just got an hour before I go back. So I figure I would get on my little talk about my life like somebody cared beyond me and let y'all know what my experience is, while at the same time hoping that if I share that information with y'all and y'all run into something similar to it, I'm just sharing my experience. Here's what I did. Here's what happened. Here, maybe you can pull from. Here's what you can do if that happens, with you. That's all that is. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, so what happens after that is I communicate with them, and in about 5 hours, so now we down there 20 hours in, I did go to sleep. We 20 hours in, my channel being hacked. In about 5 hours of the verification code being changed, all communication, all texts going to their phone. They changed the email account recovery to some email address they're using. All of that. So I get a email from Google support. And the email from Google support says this. It says, in the last 60 days or something like that, tell us everywhere you might have logged on at. That's what it says. Well, that's the fortunate part about not being a crackhead, still having the memory, because guess what? I went straight in on their ass. I had traveled in the last 60 days. So I had receipts, not physical, I'm just saying in my mind. I had a story to tell about where I was at. So I gave them the locations because I was using my same device. I was using the same laptop. So I was hitting them, I let them know. So they hit me back. And they said, well, we can't verify at this time that that's your account. That's what they hit me with. And I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed. What do you mean? I couldn't nobody tell you like me. I just gave it to you. What are you talking about? So they asked for some other information. I give them that information. Then they say, okay, we ain't got shit to say to you for about 5 days. Now, they didn't say that. They just did it because I ain't heard nothing from nobody for about 5 days. So I went back on Twitter and reached back out to the support team. I reached back out to the team support over there on X, right? I reached back out to them, and I'm telling them, I'm like, yo, I ain't heard from these people. Like they telling me in the last communication they can't confirm or verify it's me, and I'm like, what the hell? I thought we was cool. I thought y'all was getting it, right? And they say, look, they went straight into protocol mode. They say once you have started your communication with the YouTube support team, you have to continue your communication with them. In other words, they was like, that's beyond my pay. We got you over there, goddammit. You got to work that shit out with them. You got to satisfy whatever they want you to satisfy so it can be whatever it is. Because I get it. I get it. They don't know who the hell I am. I'm a hacker trying to use social engineering to take over this account. They don't know. And there's nobody to talk to. I'm in Chicago. That's where I'm at. There's 2 goddamn Google offices in Chicago. And I called one of my buddies and I said, you think I should go down to the Google office? And you know what he told me? He said, if you take your dumb ass down to that Google office complaining about that account, they're going to lock your ass up for trespassing as they escorting you out. Because there ain't nobody down there that's going to talk to you about that shit. I was like, yeah, you're right. Okay. So 2 more days went by. I get it. It's 10th day. It's the 10th day. When I say 2 more, whatever I'm saying, it's the 10th goddamn day. Here's what I noticed on my channel, though. They wasn't running any more lives. Like I told y'all, a few hours after they hacked my channel, they start running lives on my channel with an emblem and a nice thumbnail of the company MicroStrategy with the CEO Michael Schuyler or whatever his name is, and they was running Bitcoin scheme. They had a QR code on there, and they had links, and they was telling people click on this and use your phone to read the QR code and donate to this Bitcoin address, and we're gonna flip that for you, and we gonna, your shit gonna grow, right? And they running the live. Ain't nothing I can do to stop the live. But what I noticed though, after about the 5th day, they couldn't run no more lives. So I think what was happening, and this is just conjecture, right? I think what was happening, because I went so far in with the protocol with Google, the support team, about my channel being hacked, them acknowledging that it's suspicious activity and all of that, I think what they did was they act like the channel was legit for the hackers who had took over it, and they probably start communicating to them. They probably start saying, hey, there's some suspicious activity on your account. Talking to them like it's theirs, because it is theirs now. They took over every fucking thing. They got the email, they changed the email recovery account, they changed the phone number that the verification codes go to. They running fucking lives on my channel. It is they shit now. So they probably treated them like it was theirs and probably said to them, hey, there's some suspicious activity on your account. You need to respond to this, right? So they probably didn't respond. They probably reached back out to them again and said, look, if you don't respond to these emails, we're going to freeze your account. They had already froze, like there was no posts, no additional posts. They had already froze any additional posts. So then I get an email, and the email I get says, hey, your email account has been, no, they don't say yours because they don't know it's me. They say this email account has been deactivated because of suspicious activity. Now, mind you, I'm the person that's seeking support. It's my fucking YouTube channel that got hacked. I'm the one creating the case. I'm the goddamn so-called victim. I'm trying to make sure they don't get into my AdSense account, because that's where the money go every month, right? But again, I relaxed on that quick. And the reason why I relaxed on that quick is because if you got a YouTube channel and you're getting paid, your AdSense account is connected to your bank account. That's the API there. You ain't got to worry about somebody hacking your YouTube account and then getting into the AdSense account, because it don't work like that. So I was cool on that. So all right, cool. So that's what the dead time, and this is just conjecture, I'm just making this up. That's what that time was when I wasn't hearing from them. I think they was giving the so-called legitimate people who had hacked my shit time to respond to them. And when they didn't respond, they probably said, well, we're going to deactivate, your YouTube account is deactivated, talking to them. And they probably hit them in the emails and said, you need to respond to this email. And they probably didn't. So whatever that was going on with them, they never mentioned it to me, but they had to do something with them because they were legitimately holding the account. Okay, cool. The 10th day, in that afternoon, I get an email from Google's support team. That goddamn email said, hey, if you would like to reset your account, click on this link. And I swear to God, I clicked on that goddamn link and it was just like I was setting that account up new. But I mean, with the same name and everything, right? I got right in and they said, what recovery phone number you want to use? I gave it one of the numbers out of the 3 phone numbers I got. It said, what recovery email address you want to use? I gave it one of the one of the email addresses out of the 6 goddamn email addresses I got and all of that shit. And I submitted it. And I got another link back from them. Another email back from them. And they said, you have successfully set this up. We have discovered this suspicious activity. Here's a history on all that suspicious activity. And they went to the exact time. And they just, it was a log. And they showed each event. The email, the session, the verification code, the phone numbers, the changes, it was like they logged everything. They had everything, and now they showing it to me, right? Then at the bottom it says, check your YouTube channel, and if there's something wrong with your YouTube channel, hit us back, and we will help you make the corrections. So at the time, I had 37 million views. Listen to what I'm saying. Not on one video, collection of videos. I had this channel for about 18 months. So in 18 months, I had a compilation of 37 million views. Guess what? I don't know how they did it. The views were gone. I don't know how they did it. So I sent it to YouTube. That's what I put in the email. I say, look, everything's straight. I deleted the lives they was running while they had it under their control. But my view count is messed up. And they said, we'll take a look at that. So the next day, I go into my analytics. And if I run my analytics, it showed all of my over 30 million views. It shows it in the analytics. It was like whatever they did, I don't know what they did, but YouTube, they straightened it out, right? Now, since then, right? I'm gonna tell y'all this. Here's some real shit. When I questioned about how they was able to hack it, the response, not official, but one of the ones they listed was they took over the session. They compromised the session. That's what they said. So the session is I'm actively in there, right? You don't have to be doing something, but it's open, you're in there. When they did a session takeover, however they hacked it, it took over the session through the browser, right? That could come as a combination of things. That's what's being explained. That's what I'm finding out. So here's what I'm gonna say to y'all. That fucking 2-factor authentication, you know that 2FA, that's so inconvenient, I don't feel like doing nothing, it don't mean nothing. Yeah, it might not mean nothing. But if you got a YouTube channel and your shit is monetized and you concerned about your brand and your marketing, you better enable that goddamn 2-factor authentication. In fact, not only should you enable the 2-factor authentication, you should do some other type of verification also to make it so nothing can be taken over unless they have certain devices and certain information simultaneously. I'm telling you, as inconvenient as it seems, you're gonna be fucking livid if somebody hacks your shit. And listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that from a perspective of being a content creator. I'm saying that from a perspective of just what happened with my YouTube channel and the email address that's associated with the channel. I'm saying this to you guys because they didn't do anything in my email account because that wasn't their goal. That wasn't what they was on. They was on some Bitcoin shit. So all the lives they was running on my channel while they had it under control, it was about Bitcoin, somebody clicking on links and using QR codes to redirect them to a Bitcoin address for them to donate. But if you got stuff in your privacy in your email account, and you got stuff in your Google Drive, like pictures that you don't want people seeing, private items, documents you don't want people to be in a position to delete, videos that you don't want your wife to see, you don't want your husband to see, you don't want your kids to see, you don't want your ex to see, like any of the private stuff. So forget the YouTube stuff. That's me crying about that. I'm talking about privacy. They could have went in my Google Drive and just took copies or deleted. They could have went in my email address and did whatever they wanted to. Now, part of the reason why I don't think they did that, and I'm just making up shit because I got my channel back, so I can make up anything. Part of the reason why I don't think they did that was this. There's one thing to take over somebody's YouTube channel and email address, and then they're just streaming live. They was running this shit, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I gained 345 additional subscribers from them running lives on the goddamn channel. I was like, damn. I mean, it was all kind of activity in the chats. So, but I think if they go in and take your email, if they go in and do stuff to your Google Drive and those things, I think what it does, it opens up a criminal investigation. That's what I think that happens. So a lot of times people will do stuff nefariously and then they'll put limitations on themselves even though they can go further than they went. Think about what I'm saying. They had the YouTube channel, they had the email address connected to the YouTube channel. They could have did whatever they want to the Google Drive, to the email address or whatever. But again, that may have led to me going to the police or the FBI, and that might have opened up a criminal investigation, which would have been something different. Whereas though taking over the channel, running their lives, putting QR codes and links on there, and having people donate Bitcoin is kind of like, okay, you know, like what you gonna do once you get your channel back? I mean, they hackers, they know I was gonna get it back, probably before I knew I was gonna get it back. But what you gonna do? I ain't call the police, I just want the channel back. They didn't take any of my money because they couldn't through the AdSense. So I was good, but that's why I think they ain't do that. But if you're concerned about that, I'm telling you, you better do some 2FA, two-factor authentication, and some more. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I appreciate everybody that's in the comments, and yeah, because I wasn't looking at the comments, I was just running my mouth. But Christian, you right. They could have blackmailed me, and they could have, yeah, they could have did anything though. Hey, they could have did anything, you know. I was like, can they get to my bank account? But they couldn't. It's whatever. But yeah, that's what happened. So again, it took 10 days to get the channel back. And I'm telling you, the support wasn't on YouTube. I had to go through X to get the support, to initiate a case, to get Google to investigate the takeover of my YouTube channel and email address. All right, y'all, I gotta go get my clothes out the laundromat. But I'll see y'all later on. Peace out. Peace, peace, peace.